My name is Polly Enchanted, for those who don't know. I was living a little earlier today and I just came back to say hi and just chat with the community. If you are new to my channel, we just talk about all weird stuff, conspiracies, paranormal stuff, whatever you want, you know? And we share experiences and things like that, do ghost tours too. Sometimes I talk about that. And yeah. Hi, Yvonne, how are you? How's your day today? Yeah. Hello, I just started this live. You have a good day today? Look, I have my little friend here today. Man in the van, welcome back. How are you? Good evening, Miss Paulina. Hello, good evening. Decided to come back for a little bit and just chat a little bit with you guys. It's good. I ended up picking up a shift for my coworker. Well, that's nice of you. On my day off. On my day off. Yeah, that's very nice of you. Please don't forget to double tap, screen, hit like, and subscribe. Yes, everyone, thank you. Again, there's a weird YouTube glitch because I see both of you commenting. And right now, it says that there's just one person watching, but there's obviously two of you guys. Oh, it says 8 people watching. See, that's what's weird. Like, it's throwing me off. So if I, one second. I can't tell. There we go. I just went to TikTok and I did some spooky stories. Let's see if I can go here real quickly and see what's going on there. One of the stories involved this guy. Do you guys know where he's do you guys recognize this monster? Do you guys recognize this monster? I'm trying to think of the name. So I used him as reference, like to be spooky in the story, in the scary story, but creepy. Yes, I had one beer with a buddy. I just got hot home and hopped on live. That's awesome. I'm glad you just got home. What was I gonna say? It's nice to go out with friends and stuff. Yeah, I keep thinking of the Spanish name, but in my story on TikTok, I used it as reference for, like, you know, the monster that was watching this girl outside her window. Can you imagine? This is so scary. But that monster is from the Labyrinth, Pan's Labyrinth. But I think that one is the one that was made in Spain, if I'm not wrong. El laberinto, laberinto de, I think, let me see, Pan's Labyrinth in Spanish. Let's see something. There's a Spanish one I remember seeing as a kid too. El laberinto del fauno. It's so creepy. The Pan's Labyrinth one in English, I really like too, but it was like a musical, you know? And then the Spanish one, I remember watching as a little girl. My grandma would put it on. El labyrinth. I want to show you on this phone. Del fauno. Let me see. I can show you. See, like, there's the monster. And then el laberinto. Okay. So David says, hi, you look really beautiful. Aw, thanks. You're so sweet. This is, you know, I was hungry and I ate. Your fangs need sharpening. You might. They look really nice doing sex with that hair. Oh, thanks. Welcome back, Anonymous. Welcome back again. Hello, Marco. Welcome. We were talking about this movie that I saw. I feel like Spanish movies, Spain movies, like those creepy ones, scary ones, are way scarier than the English movies, if I'm not wrong. I don't know what it was. I felt more scared of like my grandma. So she would put a lot of Spanish movies that were scary. She was really into the horror. Also, if you guys like this type of content where we just all talk as a community and you guys tell me what you like movies or spooky things, conspiracies, whatever you want, make sure to like and subscribe. We do live often. And send hearts because it does help promote the video. This is I love you. Anana says El Toro is great. Let me look up El Toro. El Toro. I like El Labyrinto because it had like fairies and stuff, but some of them got ate, which is sad too. That were helping the girl, and it took place in wartime. I think World War II, if I'm not wrong. So it had like my grandpa, he had to he was not Jewish or anything like that, but I have heritage in Spain and they had a dictator, Franco, and there's a whole story I can tell you guys one day, but he was a little boy and he ended up in a ghetto, not a concentration camp, the ghetto was like beforehand. And he told me he remembered making these long lines and asking for bread. It was insane. Yeah, and he wasn't Jewish. He was just he was Basque. So the Basque people, Franco, the dictator, wanted to get rid of them, so he made a deal with the Nazis. So Bastian says, good morning from Germany. Wow, Germany. Yeah, I get a lot of Germans too, which is kind of cool. Says, do you sleep in a coffin in the basement? No need. I don't understand the vampires that sleep in a coffin. If you don't want sunlight, just get shades that don't allow sun in. Why do you have to sleep in a coffin? Like, I never understood that. It's like they like being dead, you know? I'm a girly vampire, so I'm gonna get pink shades. Lance says, hey, beautiful, I'm back. Welcome back. Also, if you like this type of content, make sure to like the video and send heart and subscribe. So I live often. Eric says, hi, hello. Oh my God. That's not very nice, dude. Victor says, hello. Okay. That's weird. And it says, I met Guillermo del Toro. He directed Pan's Labyrinth, the monster you showed. Oh, yes. I love the Pan's Labyrinth. I love both of them. I love the American version, but I love the Spanish version too. The American version is more like singing and whatnot. The Spanish version is more, it really does show World War II like gruesomely, which is insane. So it's more realistic in a sense, but also magical. And I actually do believe their children see magic, and there's so much magic around us. And I think, just again, cultivating communities where we spread love and happiness, and all that. So now it says, I met Guillermo del Toro. Oh yeah, right that. John Trejo, congratulations on almost 2K subscribers. Yeah! Thanks, you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Again, I just got a bunch of people logging right now. This community, we just talk about all the weird stuff in reality, sometimes conspiracies, spooky stories, whatever you want. People share their stuff too in the comments, and I'll go over them. We talk about different perspectives and stuff, which is awesome. If you like this type of content, make sure to like and subscribe. I do live often. Okay, Samuel. Oh my God, I'm going to drop you guys. Samuel says, blackout curtains are a modern invention. Exactly. Why would I have to sleep in a coffin? I could just put blackout curtains. Roman says, hi. Lan says, you ever heard of lycanthropy? Oh my God, I'm going to throw myself off of a bridge right now. Lycanthropy. Yes. The werewolves. Dun, dun, dun. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of And you know, werewolves versus vampires. I'm team vampire. What are you guys? Team werewolf or team vampire? Okay, lycanthropy. Let's see the origins of that too. Supernatural. So people can transform into a wolf or wolf-like creatures. Found mythologies appearing in Greek myths and folklore. Have you guys ever met a werewolf? Dun, dun, dun. Pues so sexy, thanks. Our Iranian of USA says hi, hello. Welcome to my channel. Sarah Sonic says your short about the guy's face in dreams gave me nightmares. Really? Which one? I've had so many. The guy's face in dreams. Can you tell me about that? I've done so many shorts. I literally have like hundreds of videos on my channel, you guys. You guys should definitely check it out. The face in the nightmare dreams. You're sure about the guy's face in dreams. The guy that kind of like Freddy Krueger. I did that one. I don't know why I'm thinking of that one guy that this is separate. There's this one guy that is so funny because during COVID, he practiced astral projecting. For those people who don't know, that's when you go into this meditative state and your body goes to sleep, but you try to leave your body, your soul will try to leave, and then you can roam this realm and the next, right? And during COVID, he was doing that like crazy, but he was a nosy little guy, and not little, but nosy guy. And he was like, I'm gonna go and hop into people's dreams. So he started doing that during COVID, just like his soul leaving his body and hopping into people's dreams. And then people all over the world were claiming, they're like, I keep dreaming of this man. And they were sketching him and his face became viral. And then he didn't realize that people were making videos of him. He didn't realize that. He thought he could just be nosy. And then people were making videos of him, and then he found the guy on like a talk show saying this man's face, and he's like, oh my god, that's me. That's when I was astral projecting in 2020. Oh, can you imagine? Okay, what was I gonna say? That one, so I thought that one was kind of funny. Like I actually do feel like there are like beings that do try to connect you in your dreams. You could tell if it's like your brain making it up or if it's like a being, because they'll like look at you and they feel like really real and they'll tell you a message or something. Like everybody's like, you know, cloudy, but then that one being, that might actually be a spirit connecting with you in your dream. Okay, so Lance says, that's my lineage, the real ones, lycanthropy. So do you change into a werewolf, Mr. Lance? Oh my gosh, yes. I have not met a werewolf, to be honest. Not that I know of. Our origins are here in the U.S. Native Americans can shapeshift. Really? I have heard of like lore into that. So tell me more. I'm very curious. Sam says, what is your ethnic heritage, Irish? It's kind of bizarre. I don't know how to explain it. My ethnic, it's like very Spanish-ish. Okay. Victor says, I hate nightmares. I can wake up from them till morning. Oh, well, I'm very lucid in my dreams. A lot of the time, so I was just like, oh, this is a dream. Like, do you know what I mean? Not all the time, but especially because I did the same thing. 2020, we're all locked up. I was like, I want to learn how to astral project. And there were like a bunch of courses online. The Ryan Cropper, a YouTuber, he was showing it for free. And you just do these meditations and things to try to, like, when you try to go to sleep, you try to leave your body. And so, but before that, you learn how to be lucid in your dreams. So you learn how to know that you are dreaming. But I haven't done that in a long time. I've just been lazy on that a little bit, to be honest. Now I'm looking at more of the gateway stuff. Okay. And still, I have to catch up on that a little bit. And it says, Lance, you mean spirit animal? Irene is, where are you from? Dun, dun, dun. Guess. The Sarasonic is the one where it was like 99% people see his face in their dreams. Oh, the same guy. Oh God, I've done so many shorts. There was a one point where I was just like researching monsters, creatures, lores, short, like so many. So now it's great because I have a library of shorts and things, of spooky things in this reality and world that you guys can look through. But I went on like a machine of like doing a million shorts. Also, if you guys like this type of content where we just talk about all the weird stuff in our reality and world, make sure to like and subscribe. I do live often, and yeah, we're just creating this community where you guys can share your experiences too. Lance says, yes, you can call it that too. Oh, it's real. Trust me, I'm so curious. So Lance, you're saying that you can shapeshift into a werewolf? I want to see it. I'm so curious. Jacob Parker Outdoors has, I only have nightmares, always vivid. You're welcome to visit. Your nightmares, that's sad. I'm sorry that you have lots. I wonder why. Do you have the same recurring dream? Because that could mean something. And then if you only have nightmares, maybe it's something in your psyche that you have to work on. You know, like subconsciously there's something that you're working through. Our dreams are like will help us deal with things that we're sometimes maybe people subconsciously will shove things, right? And your dreams will literally sometimes make you confront things in your life, maybe in a bizarre way. You know what I mean? Lance says, yes, I'm intrigued by what you're saying, Lance. I'm very, very intrigued. Jacob says, oh yeah, I'm cooked. Oh my God. And also, Jacob, you are aware of IFS therapy meditation. You might check it out. Ooh, what is that? Let me look that up. IFS. Does that have to do with IFS meditation? What is it? I wonder what it is. Ooh, 41 of y'all. It is a guided practice rooted in the internal family systems model that helps individuals connect with their inner parts with curiosity and compassion. Oh, I love that. Yes, if you're having reoccurring nightmares, that looks like a good thing too. Samuel says, or very select medication can cause nightmares. Watch that. Really? I wonder why. They're maybe activating like cortisol or something, like the stress hormone. Ted, be happy. Welcome, Ted. Wow, dang, you're pretty. Thanks, Ted. That's sweet. It says internal family therapy is based on shamanism. Oh, I love that. That's sweet. I didn't know that. It helps people with anxiety and things. Yeah, because your dreams do tell you a lot about yourself. And the times that I do have like quote unquote a nightmare, it's not necessarily a nightmare. It's more so like it's something I didn't want to confront, but it's making me confront it. You know what I mean? It's like a healing thing, but I also see it that way. I'm like, oh, I had this. I'm working through this subconsciously, and then it helps me place it in my conscious world too. Like, how can I, this lesson that I learned in my dream, how can I apply it into my reality? How is it? Like, I try to also combine it with my conscious mind. Rafi says, hi, hello. Ooh, dreams. There is a book of like dream meanings and things. I honestly don't think that every specific thing in a dream always means the same thing. But those are interesting to look at, dream meaning books. Like I had this dream when I was a little kid that I would always jump off the stairs and just fly. Just recurring. I don't understand the concept of recurring dreams, but it was the same dream. I would run up to the top of the stairs and then like on a ledge, and it was like I was like taking a jump but trusting myself. So I get that part of it, like just taking the risk to see if I could do it, right? And I remember as a little girl, like I was kind of scared to jump, but every time I would jump, I would fly, and I saw that I did it. So taking risks, sometimes you do fall, but sometimes you can fly. You know what I mean? Don't actually do that in real life. Just in dream world. You get what I'm saying. Lance says, just look it up if you don't believe me. There are many stories. No, I do believe you. I want to hear your stories. Like, I want, like, that's the whole point of this community where we can share different stories and experiences, like all the weird stuff in this reality, you know? I think anything is possible. I told you guys, like, during 2020, 2021, I was heavily into, like, meditating and trying to learn how to leave my body, like, astrally, right? Like, and I was able to do that, and I noticed that there are so many, like, when your soul leaves your body while you're sleeping, there's so many weird things in our reality, entities that will talk to you telepathically. There's just so many parallel, there's like so many things around us. So I honestly think anything is possible, and if you can think about it, it exists somewhere in some realm. There's people who are literally saying, like, there's like a trend in like 2021 where people are like, learn how to astral project to Hogwarts. What? I never did that, but that sounds awesome. I do believe, like, whatever you can, all ideas are in nature, or are in like the spirit, like ethers, and we can just tune into the different ideas. If you can think about it, it exists somewhere, someplace. You know what I mean? Some reality. That's what I personally believe. Jacob says, running, fighting, killing, only sleep 2-3 hours at a time. My rapid eye movement and sleep makes me off balance when I wake up and walk. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jacob. I really do hope you get help. Like, have you seen like medical, like a doctor for that? If you're having like, it sounds like you're having a lot of sleep issues, like even like staying asleep. And then Lance said to look up lycanthropy in Native American lore and tribes. Lycanthropy in Native American tribes. Let's check that out. That is so interesting. So, while the Western concept of lycanthropy is transforming into a wolf, it's largely absent in Native American folklores. Stories like Navajo Skinwalker describes evil humans with the ability to transform into animals for malevolent purposes. So the Google AI says it's not for good purposes. That's kind of sad. Is that true, Lance, since you are part of the Native American community? So kind of like a skinwalker, but I thought skinwalkers were more like not humans, but creatures of the night that kind of feed on people, and they're not humans, and they just turn into whatever will lure you out. So like maybe it'll turn into a puppy, or maybe it'll turn into werewolves, or maybe it'll turn into like your mom, you know? Okay, Anonymous says, so on IFS, we don't try to analyze stuff. We ask the dreaming part directly, so the practice is about making space for one's parts. That's good. That's nice. You like work through your subconscious and why you're having these dreams. Deborah says read the Bible. I actually did buy a Bible, but I bought a really old version, so it's hard for me to understand. I should have gotten like a newer version. Okay, Sandy. Sharp fangs, yes. Astral projection could be dangerous and should be left to spirituals. New York City here. New York. Oh, you're from New York City. Hello. I actually believe that you can protect yourself. You have to remember that you are a powerful being yourself. Like, you're a spiritual, powerful being too. And you guys can accomplish anything you want. Like, that's what irks me about this reality a little bit, is that they try to like scare you with things, but you are powerful. You are as powerful as the next. So remember that, and you can protect yourself. You can pray. I pray to the Holy Spirit too. Okay, so Paul says, good morning, sis. I am happy to see you again alive. Good morning. Lance says, it's depicted as evil because no one understands it. That makes sense. Yeah, I was like, why is the Google AI depicting the Native American lycanthropy as evil? Like, that makes no sense. Wouldn't that be like a cool superpower, like being able to change into animals? That, when I read that, it kind of irked me too. I'm like, just because, you know what I mean? So hello to all comments. You first thumbs up. Yeah. Joseph, are you a vampire? I don't know. You tell me. San Diego, California. There are more than 15 important books excluded from the Bible. Yes, I keep watching this girl that talks about the Book of Enoch. It really intrigues me because they talk about mermaids. Who doesn't love mermaids? But that interpretation that she's giving is like they're the fallen angels and human kids, so the Nephilim, so they made giants too. And then there's like this other thing where a lot of soldiers or that went to Iraq said they fought a giant with red hair. So Paul says, I am just here of all things. Remember. Lance says skinwalkers is what the YouTube man called, YT man called it, because they don't have the same earthly connection. We are one with nature and in some cases animals. Well, see, I love that. Would you be considered like I'm very intrigued by the Fae. I'm very intrigued by the Fae. I feel like they are real. They're elementals. They're beings that live like in the realm, just like this is our realm. It's the radio station. You just tune it slightly here, right there. That's where the Fae live. So if you take a radio station and you just tune our realm right there, and then sometimes they cross this way and sometimes we cross that way, which is very intriguing. And they're kind of trickstery. They're like humans, the Fae. They love, they're nature spirits. They protect nature. They love nature, but to be careful. They could be good or they could be bad, just like humans. Lan says, was made to protect our tribes, not for any evil doings. I love that. Yeah, it's to protect tribes. Yeah, that's why I didn't like the Google AI, what it told me. You have very honest. Ooh, 59 we go. Anna says, it was Christianity, other religions that called others lazy, whereas the original culture is not evil. Yes, yeah. I could see that too. I feel like a lot of that stuff, there's a lot of fear mongering to control, right? In this world, in general, they scare you to keep you submissive. So don't be scared. Know that you are powerful and you got this and you're loved, and you matter and you're amazing. Says we are so lied to. God is real, power is real. Come angelic beings, God is literally real. Yes, I do believe that. I also believe God is love. I had personal experience with the Holy Spirit too. Jill says, are you a vampire? Thanks for the hearts, you guys. Paul says, all over the world, there are stories of giants, dragons, vampires, cryptids, bats. I know there are stories of like all these different creatures. And it's funny, like the Chinese zodiac, all the animals on the Chinese zodiac are real animals. They only have one animal that we claim is mystical, dragons. Why would they put one fake animal on all the real animals? The dragons must have been real. Why are we deleting dragons from history? Like, I don't understand. Wouldn't it just be like an animal that flies and has fire? Like, just an animal. I guess it's too magical, I guess. Because in the Chinese zodiac, all the animals are real. You have pig, you have all these things. But you don't. But then they made up a dragon. They didn't make a dragon up. I feel like it was just an animal that existed at one point. Ooh. Okay, so, ooh, 70 y'all. Boudreaux says, oh, hell yeah. Hello. Oh my God, my light is acting up tonight. I'm just going to hold it with my foot right now. Just as I'm an Uber, I understand. I don't understand how you're really a vampire. I am Paulina. But I'm glad you're new viewers. Also, if you guys like this type of content where we all share different ideas and things, we talk about reality and whatever, we share conspiracies, paranormal stuff, whatever you want. It was just an open community where we talk about different things. Make sure to like and subscribe. I do live often, and heart the video does help promote the channel. I just got here. I'm new to the vampire teeth. Paul says, oh, I just noticed your friend's super cute, but needs to eat something. Haha, little thing. Yeah. This is Jerry. Jerry's quite happy, actually. Look at him. Esteban says, hola. Anonymous says, the New Testament was collided by the Roman Emperor Constantine. He chose only those books which were aligned with the Roman beliefs. Yes, I did hear that a lot of books were taken out. To Sharksboro, Jesus is king. Samuel says, what can we do or save your vampire soul? Beautiful hair, eyes. Oh, thanks. So Christine's not lying with the teachings really Jewish. Yeah, beautiful. It was You guys really see, so you don't leave me. Lance says, so Lance is saying that he's part of a Native American tribe, and that they have lycanthropy, so people who can shapeshift, right? And he says he wants to show. That would be really cool, honestly. Paulo says ghost. No. I missed your lives for a couple weeks. But I got you. I got you too. Yeah. Thanks. Michael says, okay, I have a topic. What do people think love means? Like when you see a relationship and some people lose their minds, they think it's love when it's really attachment, poor boundaries, etc. Yeah, I think there's a difference, right? Attachment would just be the fear of being alone versus falling in love with someone. Like, you don't want to, that's more, attachment stems from fear, and love stems from abundance. Attachment stems from lack. And dude, that's the difference, in my opinion. Like, I am in love, I have my boyfriend, and you don't need, there shouldn't be any fear in that. Like, I am my own person. As you guys can see, I'm my own person. I do my own stuff. And that's good too. And then you can love someone in addition to that. But attachment is just unhealthy because it comes from lack. That's my personal opinion. Okay. So, oh my God, Mr. Knuckleheads. Did you see that? Gary says she's beautiful. Aw, thanks. Paul says, a very powerful book you want to read is the Gigas Codex. Ooh, okay. Let me actually, there we go. I'm trying to put this light down. 1 second. I'm holding it with my phone right now. Okay, let me look it up. Gigas Codex. Let's see. Gigas Codex. So Gigas Codex. Or the Devil's Bible. Ooh, okay, I don't know about that. It's a little scary. The largest medieval manuscript in existence, notable to the giant size, full-page illustration of but what makes it that? Oh my. Ooh, is this the one that is like cursed? That is scary, you guys. Let me show you the picture that came up. Is this the one that is like cursed? So I don't want to read anything that's cursed or touch anything that's cursed. 1 second. Let's see. See, this is the first thing that I saw when I looked it up. The creature. Oh, it's also not in English. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? Here we go. Perfect. My foot is holding the light, by the way. Joe says, mimics are real, ma'am. Yes. But a mimic is different from a shapeshifter. Mimic will just mimic the voice of someone you know, or maybe yourself. And it just kind of calls out to you. A lot of the times, a lot of the times it's because they want to scare you. So a mimic, you might hear like, let's say your name is Joe, right? And you might hear Joe, right? And then there's nobody in your house and you go look for it and you're full of fear. That fear is energy. And just like vampires feed on blood and some of them feed on energy, but life energy, that's like, fear energy. You know what I mean? So there's like lower entity creatures that feed off of that energy. They love scaring people. Verdi von der says, you are a gorgeously beautiful woman, hair, beautiful eyes. Aw, thanks. Hey, says SEC. Okay, Gary says, love means wanting to be with the person all the time. Well, not necessarily. You can be with them a lot of the times, but I think love is wanting the best for them, and wanting them to be the best they can be and helping them in that, right? And of course, being quality time is really important too. But helping each other, it's a partnership too, okay, SEC. H-Low. Meme says, keep your, Michael says, also in relationship with two separate humans having their own likes, is that while pursuing a relationship 100%? Okay, good. Codes Gigas, great video, you should watch. Interesting. Trying to catch up on the comments real quickly. Yeah, Michael's like on the love thing, which is funny. Whatever you're working through, I hope you work through it. Man says, I'll introduce you to my chief. He'll explain and I'll be given okay to show you. Can you imagine? Lance, that's so interesting. I feel like I'm in Twilight, you know? So Joe, this is a creepy experience from Joe. Joe said he had an effing experience that his dead friend talked to him through the phone call, but he died yesterday, and it was his number, his voice. He was probably saying goodbye. That's like his form of saying goodbye, you know? Movies, journey. Aw, I'm happy you're happy with love, Mr. Michael. Paul says some of the words that he uses in the book exactly the same way. Really interesting. Yeah, it's funny. I like the spooky stuff, but I don't know. I give ghost tours too, you know. So I do like the spooky stuff, and I have fun on the ghost tours. But even with that, I know I'm a powerful being, but sometimes I just don't put myself in places where I need to exert my power. I try not to, you know. What was I gonna say? You know, like what we were talking about the other day, Annabelle and things like that. Those are like negatively cursed things, or the energy that society has put towards them have been lower vibrational, and I try to not put myself in that. Even when I give the ghost tours, like I start the ghost tours like, hey guys, so I have this spirit talker, blah blah, and I'm like, we're gonna go to all the haunted locations, but keep in mind we're keeping it positive, just love and light, you know, because in the beginning I wasn't setting the precedent, and I had a few bizarre experiences, to say the least. But yeah. So I just try to I'm like a happy, like I like spooky stuff, and on TikTok I give like really scary stories, and sometimes I post the shorts here, but my sole mission here is to spread love and light, you know? And I'll do scary stories and whatnot, but at the end of the day, I just want you humans to know that you're powerful light beings, you're full of love, and you guys can do anything you want, and you matter, you know? And don't let anybody else tell you, or society tell you can't do anything. And as community, you should work as community. Don't listen to the things that try to divide you as humans, you know? My sole mission is to spread love and light and let you know that you're loved, you know? Okay, so let me catch up on the comments real quickly. That's funny, Michael. And then Joe says, but bro, what was that? The first experience I had. Yeah, I mean, it spooked you, but it sounded like your best friend was trying to say goodbye. I've had quite a few experiences. Well, I give ghost tours, but in general, I've had experiences in my life. And I had one where an older lady, she said goodbye to me, you know, and it was her soul, you know. And I didn't realize I was talking to her soul either. She had died like the night before. So, okay, Filipino. Nicholas says, man, a ghost tour with you would be totally awesome. Oh, thanks. Jess says, hi, it has been weeks since I joined your life. Well, welcome back. Welcome back again. Mike says, I love to shapeshift on a full night. That's awesome. Juan Calans, I've returned. Welcome back, Juan. It's been a minute. John says, hello, gorgeous. I love your hair and fangs. Very cute. Thank you. Good and some angels are bad. Many are good and bad. Often test us. Ooh. Do you think grocery numbers? I don't know about the grocery stickers, Michael. Your eyes are gorgeous. Thank you. Juan Catalan says, what was the bizarre experiences? Spill the tea, sis. Okay, I will spill the tea, you guys. So this one was sweet. The older lady. So when I was in high school, I had to remember, I didn't go to the school I went to. Whatever, I'll just say it. I didn't go to school here in the US, okay? I went to school somewhere else. So in that place I went to school, all the students in high school to graduate, they had to do community hours, you know? And I did my community hours in an elderly home. And it was fine. I just, for the most part, they had me like just helping with the food and talking to the older people. And everybody was different, but I had my favorite old lady. She was so sweet. This old lady, she had like dementia, and she didn't remember who she was. She thought she was like a little girl. So her room was full of dolls and plushies, and she always had her doll with her, and she was so happy. She had like the happiest smile, and I just loved hanging out with her. She was the best. I was like, I would do my chores that I had to do, and I would just hang out with her. And then so I finished the community hours that was required by my high school. And when I thought I finished, right? And then my high school, like before graduation, they were like, you're missing a few hours. And I was like, oh my God. So then I go back to the same like elderly home, and I come in and I walk like in front of the door, and I see her, and she's so happy to see me, this old lady. She's smiling, like the biggest smile. She's holding her doll, and she tells me hi, and I'm so happy to see her. And then I'm like, I have to like check in. So I'm like, I tell her I'm going to go check, like I have to go because I have to go check in. And then once they told me to go help with the food, right, in this retirement home. So I'm helping with the food. And then once I'm done, I'm like, hey, where's this lady? And they're like, which lady? I'm like, the one with the doll. I saw her by the entrance. And they're like, what do you mean you saw her by the entrance? And I'm like, yeah, I opened the door and she said hi to me. And she was so happy to see me. And they're like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yes, I did. She's here. I did all my chores. Can I spend some time with this lady? And then they're like, no, you didn't see her. And they're like fighting with me. And I was like, yes, I did. She said hi to me in the door. And she's like, she died last night. And I was like, oh, well, I said hi to her when I came in through the door. And then the whole staff was super scared. I scared the whole staff, and that was my last day in the retirement home, and I left. I didn't even do it on purpose. She said goodbye to me, but all I felt from this older woman was love and light and appreciation. Like when she was grinning at me, all I felt was love and light and like gratitude, because she was so happy to see me. And that was her soul saying goodbye to me. That's what it felt like. Okay, so Paul says love is a powerful force. Yes, love and gratitude are a powerful force. I love that. For our nervous is Jesus Christ, the way of truth, life. Paul accepts with him. I love that too. Joe says same experience, girl. El cartel, Corana. Ana says, what I understand from IFS is, the trauma experience. Okay. Oh, that's shamanism. Interesting. For the belief. Talk, not to us. Have you ever used Ouija board? I was tricked into it as a little girl. By an adult woman. I touch on many subjects. Yeah, that's the whole point of this channel. If you guys have any weird like stories or experiences, let me know in the comments below, because that's the whole point of this channel. You know, we just talk about all the weird stuff in this reality, you know. That's the comment. Show's here to talk about experience and stuff. Yeah. And he said goodbye. And I said, oh, she said she loved you. She said goodbye. Yeah, I know. That was her way of saying goodbye. So I feel like souls do come back. and they want to let us know that they loved us, and they want to say goodbye, you know. Who was it, Joe, if I'm not wrong, he said he picked up the phone call from his best friend. He got scared, but I mean, he was saying goodbye, so I see it as like a good thing. Also, the energy I felt from that older lady was just, it was just love, you know. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I do. Very fun. Thanks. Justin says, I experienced death at the age of 13. Interesting. How did you have NDE? That's for people who don't know, it's a near-death experience. That's when maybe your heart stops for a few minutes or a minute, and then you literally die, and then you come back, and your heart starts again. And some people with near-death experiences, they see so much, and for the most part, they just feel love. That's all they feel. Like when they go into whatever they see on the other side, it's just love. That's why I think God is love. I think, you know, this realm, this reality that we live in is just a school, you know, where we experience duality and we can learn from it and our souls can grow from it. But we are love, you know, and closer to God is love. That's my opinion. I did have kind of not a near-death experience, but I had like a crazy experience when I was a kid in middle school. I was in a bus, and there's two buses, and there's this horrible bus crash, and there's blood everywhere. I can tell you guys about it. It was insane, and oh my God. Let me catch up on the comments real quickly. So, some stuff is sacred. Yeah, had a stroke, your friend did. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where's my gold? Have you ever watched The Others with Nicole Kidman? No, what is that about? It sounds interesting, The Others. So, it looks like Jagannath had a near-death experience. He said he was in surgery for 7.5 hours, and is that an NDE? No, so an NDE would be like you actually died and you came back to life. Like maybe they had to resuscitate you, right? And some people they experience heaven or God, you know. Some people see Jesus, some people see their family, you know, but for the most part, whatever they experience, it's love. Like they come back saying, I just felt love. Like that's what it is. A near-death experience, you crossed over, but you were sent back. It wasn't your time. Yeah. And sometimes they send back with, Jerry says DMT. Yeah. Your brain does produce DMT, but I honestly don't think it's that, because you're actually dead. Mike says, and also people do DMT. They have done the actual drug, and they say the experience is very different. Hi, how are you? Hello, Mike. My water flow, I don't know. Okay, it's not spelling. If there's an afterlife, I want to come back as a dragon. That's funny. Or mixed vampire, werewolf. Justin, please share. Oh, okay. The bus crash. Okay, let me catch up on the comments real quickly. And well, okay, I'll share the story. I'll share the story of the bus crash. So how old was I? I don't know. I was in middle school. I've had so many weird stuff happen to me in middle school. So I was in middle school. I was in a summer camp. And they had 2 school buses for this summer camp, right? And it was linked to the school I was going to at that time. I think it was like even free, the summer camp. So the first school bus, the school bus that I took was the second school bus, okay? The first school bus was going, thank God I was on the second school bus. The first school bus, we're all riding, so we went like really far. It was like a field trip really, really far away. I don't even remember what we did, but we had travels for hours. And then we came back, and we're coming back, and it's hours of traveling, okay? The school buses are filled with middle schoolers. I was probably like 11. And The first school bus started to go a lot faster, like a lot faster, and it was gone. That bus driver was living his best life. He was going really fast, which you shouldn't when you have children. You shouldn't at all, actually, but especially if you have children in your bus. So he started going really fast, and he was gone. And I'm in the second bus, right? So the second bus, my driver's being really responsible. And again, thank God I was on the second bus. Something put me in that second bus. And then my bus is like, it completely loses the bus driver, the first bus driver, the first bus. And then we start to slow down. So there's like the long highway and like a forest, right? And this bus starts to slow down, and we look, and in the forest is the first bus. And you guys, there was a tree, and like tree had gone right through the front of the bus, like just like, I don't know how they did, because it went downhill. It went downhill, and the whole like huge trunk went right through the front bus, and you could see the bus going like in the downhill like that. And my bus starts creeping by, starts slowing down, creeping by. And all of these kids, you guys, full of blood. And I'm like a child too, full of blood, like my friends. They're running towards our bus and start banging. Like my bus finally slows down, banging on our bus, asking for help. And I'm in my bus. And then the teachers in my bus, so we have a phone. I have like a really bad phone, but I had a phone. I was gonna take a picture and call my parents, right? And the teachers were like, don't call. No, actually, I didn't even take a picture. I was gonna call my parents. And they're like, don't call your parents. Don't call your parents. And I was like, no, I'm gonna call my mom. There's like people bleeding, and the teachers are telling us to not call our parents. Like, what? I'm gonna call it. So I start calling my mom, and I tell her, and the thing is, like, there's just like blood, and then a bunch of they told us we can't get off the bus. The kids are like asking for help, and the teachers don't let us get off of our bus, and the kids are outside asking for help, and we're like all 11. So and then a bunch of ambulance start coming. We have to wait a little bit, and a bunch of ambulance start coming, and they start helping all the kids. Apparently one of the air conditioners had completely fallen on a bunch of kids, and there was this poor kid. I remember, so there's like, they're taking kids on like the little beds into the ambulance, and I remember this poor kid, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was older than me. His brother was in my class, and he was older than me, and the whole air conditioning fell on his brain, and he was never the same, you guys. It was so sad. He was like an all-star athlete in the school, you know, Mr. Popular, whatever. And it was just so sad. And he was smart too, and he was kind. He wasn't like mean to other kids. He was kind too. And like the whole air conditioning fell on his head, and he was never the same. He was special needs from then. I just felt terrible for that kid. Even me as a child, like I remember like feeling so bad. I didn't even know him. I knew his brother, and he was older than me. I didn't even know him, and I just felt so bad for that kid. And then they start taking all the kids on stretchers and whatnot. And then the kids that were okay and didn't have blood on them, they were allowed to go on our bus. And then for some reason, remember the field trip was ours. For some reason, the field trip turned horribly. Like that was horrible, right? But the way back was way longer. They made the bus driver drive very slow. And then they didn't have stops, like they didn't have designated stops. So we had to wait there for a long time. So they brought us like McDonald's, all of us. We were waiting there for hours. Then it was nighttime officially. And then we had to drive back very slowly, and they had no stops. So they made us pee in the forest. They stopped, and they're like, go pee in the forest. So people ran outside with like trying to hide themselves from their classmates to go pee in the forest. And then we had to come back, and it took forever. He was driving so slow for us the kids were okay, for us to get like hours and way longer to get back home. And my mom was freaking out, of course, but I told her I was fine. I was in the good bus. But yeah, that was a weird experience I had when I was in middle school. Middle school for me was weird. I had like a lot of weird things happen to me. So I'm gonna catch up on the comments, see what you guys think of that story. Okay, so oh, my friend. Okay, you guys have your own stories. I love that too. I think I'll be brought up. Oh my god, no. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any weird stories, let me know too. So it looks like Juan has just loves you like that. Juan says there was a Santera woman I once knew. She once claimed that in surgery to have her kids, she was outside of her body, and it was like her spirit was nailed to the ceiling. Oh, she felt like stuck. That's interesting. I told you guys I've been able to like astral like project and things like that, and you usually have like freedom. So I wonder why she felt like that. Amen. I have on a heart pump. Juan Catalan says the others is about the woman who lived in Jersey in England and her husband's missing World War II, and her house seems to be haunted. Interesting. Like I've been there before. Watch movies. Oh, really? That's the others, the movie. Okay. Paul says, one time I met a friend after maybe 10 years of not seeing him, and my friend said he often sees and drinks with me, but I said it's not possible. I have been in France for more than 15 years. Maybe he's like hanging out with you, his soul. John says, I drove a school bus last year. You did? She has fans. Okay. Paul says, you make me think of Japanese movie. Cats mimic human speech. Okay, everybody say hello. Whoa, okay. Hi, guys. Like, it says my name. Oh, yeah, cats do mimic human speech. Like, I straight up talk to my cats, and they talk back to me. And I'm like, no, but I'll actually talk to them. But they literally talk back to me. Okay. Simone says, yes, together 11 years. So you're not feeling it. Nice facts. Take them. Yeah, I definitely should check out the others. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, it's funny. I had the Monroe Institute here. Let's see the others. Was the real was another? Oh, but it's like scary. Ooh, I don't know. It's spooky. I know it's spooky season. It's funny. I'll tell like the kind of scariest stories on TikTok, but like the movies I watch are like Hocus Pocus. Like girly stuff. I am like super girly. Kirk says, hi. Juan says, you can rent the others for $3.99. Oh, on YouTube. Okay, maybe I will. I just won't watch it alone. If I watch like an actual scary movie, I have to do it like for friends, my boyfriend or something. So the movie is good, and it shows you ultimately that there's nothing here but fear itself. Yeah, okay. WL says, how are you all moved into your new mobile home? Yeah, all my stuff is in here. I haven't fully moved everything into its place, but all my stuff is in here. But it's pretty nice. I love this place. Like the neighbors are so nice. And everybody's like so friendly, and I know it's like a small like knit community, everybody kind of knows each other, and I like that, and they'll watch out for each other too. If they see someone that doesn't belong, they'll let me know. It's nice. Never be afraid, and if you copy, what is it? Rose says hello, hi. But yeah, it was nice chatting with you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.